bashed heads. You punks won't have time for questions.
Not I won't. Thanks, Vinny.
Hi there and welcome to another video and another review. Over the weekend I had the absolute joy to play through and review Mafia Definitive Edition, the remaster of a flawed but beloved title originally released back in 2002. However, I'm going to approach the majority of this review from the perspective of someone who hasn't played the original. The game sees you take the role of Tommy Angelo, an ordinary cab driver in the city of Lost Heaven, who happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, or the right place at the right time, and got thrown together with two Mafia enforcers called Paulie and Sam. The storyline is equal helpings of Goodfellas and The Godfather, while retaining its own originality and integrity. The tale is told from the perspective of an older Tommy, in 1938, telling his tale to a police detective over coffee in a diner. We swap between the timelines from 1930 to his present day, as events, plot and character relationships develop and deepen. It really is a masterclass in storytelling, and probably one of the best implementations of this structure I have seen in a game. To delve any deeper into the plot other than the introduction would be doing you a disservice and reveal potential spoilers. Suffice to say, it's dynamic, compelling and extremely well written storyline. The whole storytelling process is helped along by some incredible voice acting and facial motion capture. Some of the cast in the game verge on caricatures and mainstream gangster tropes. Why I order, hey Paulie, but never cross the line into the farcical, and remain plausible and even likeable as character relationships develop throughout the game. Graphically, the game is fantastic. The city itself is so well designed and breathtaking to look at, especially at night or when it is pouring down with rain. The only comparison I could make would be to Saint Denis in Red Dead Redemption 2. As well as the visual appeal of the game, worthy mention has to go to the audio, which you can tell has been painstakingly created to complement the game every stop of the way. The rumbling bass of a train crossing a bridge above you, or the crying baby in the apartment upstairs. The city really comes to life when you play with headphones on. The attention to detail is just so impressive. So many times during my playthrough I found myself standing next to background NPCs just listening to them gossip, watching drivers and police react to your driving as you go through the city, and the overall way in which the environment subtly reacts to you as you move through it. These background elements really tie everything together to make the whole game both an incredibly realistic and cinematic experience. That, for me, was the key to the whole enjoyment of this game. It felt like I was an integral and pivotal part of a movie, not in the passive sense of a visual novel or more recent releases like Detroit Become Human. Mafia is an incredibly active game with so many facets: driving, shooting, racing, stealth sections, but the way the story develops and transitions is so seamless it really pulls you into the game world and creates such a powerful sense of immersion. There are, however, a few sections where that immersion does get a little muddied. That takes me neatly on to gameplay mechanics. There are times when you can tell that you are playing a game with its roots firmly in 2002. The gunfighting can seem a little clunky until you get the hang of it. Driving around the city can also feel a little awkward, partly because they're simulating the handling of vehicles from the 1930s, and partly because it's just a bit janky. The original game had a couple of notoriously difficult sections. You'll be pleased or dismayed to know that they've made it into the remaster. The race day event, where you participate in a 3-lap race and you must place first or you will have to start it all over again, or a chase scene in which you must shoot out a particular part of a particular vehicle at a particular time with little to no margin for error. On classic difficulty, these are both crazy difficult. You can change the game to easy mode where they are still challenging but less frustratingly so. The game does have a few speed bumps from back in the day before all games had a simple story mode, but these sections don't ever gate off the rest of the game. At worst, you'll have to make a few attempts and learn a pattern to get through. Mafia the Definitive Edition is available now for $39.99 and worth every penny or cent. It's a game that has obviously been remastered with love, attention to detail and seemingly no time constraints. It's not something that has been rushed out, it's something that the developers, Hangar 13, have painstakingly crafted and polished to perfection. The result is one of the best gaming experiences I've had in a while, and it is a lesson in how games should be brought to market. In the roughly 13 hours it took me to play through the main story, I didn't notice a single bug or glitch. This is a definite recommendation to anyone, regardless of if you have played the original or not. That's it for this video. If you've enjoyed it, please consider a like, follow and subscribe. You can also check out our website on www.enrd.cc. In addition, do follow on Twitter at Ashra1 for live giveaways, news, information and offers. Until next time, keep your whistle wet and your powder dry. Goodbye.